So it consists of this 1/2 inch thick steel plate, which is the same width as this 2x6, and it's 32 inches. So it spans across the yellow carryall frame, the county line frame. I had to drill new holes because there are no holes within 6 inches of the end of this frame, so I had to put holes in there, and you can see those holes right here and down there. And the receiver is a 350-pound rated receiver. So now it's actually attached to both the steel and the 2x, and together those are attached to the frame. So it's not going anywhere, folks. And all I'm going to be pulling with this is a small trailer or this log splitter. Well, friends, do you have good neighbors? If you don't, you need to get you some. I have great neighbors. Ethan and Sarah, just down the hill, the end of the drive, 325 feet down from here. They are excellent neighbors, folks. I'll loan them to you sometime. I have to charge you a rental fee, I guess. That would probably be the best thing to do, but man, they're good neighbors. Let me tell you why. I asked Ethan if he could get his hands on a piece of 1/4 inch steel, 5.5 inches wide by 32 inches long. He said, sure I can. He said, a lot of times people throw stuff in the scrap bin. He'll look there, but he said we could order it, and you'd only have to pay whatever we pay for it. I thought, well, that's a good deal. So he texted me back sometime later and said, hey, how about instead of having to pay for something, how about free? And I said, free's good. What do you got? And he came up with this 1/2 inch piece of steel, and I thought, wow, he under-promised and over-delivered here. But then he even offered to mill it down to 1/4 inch if I wanted it that way. I said, forget it. I said, I'll work with it at a 1/2 inch. So Ethan, my hat's off to you, buddy. I said all that to say, folks, if you don't have a good neighbor, you got to get yourself one. So I put together some footage of the assembly process of this plate steel on that 2x6. So here you can enjoy a little bit of that.
My
friends, well, that's about all I have for you. I'm a yucky mess. It's humid as all get out here, folks. I don't even know what I look like. I probably should have taken a shower before I got in front of the camera, but showers are overrated. So maybe I think I'll just take a bubble bath instead. That's manly, isn't it? Folks, be kind to one another out there. Be kind in your families. Be kind in your neighborhoods. Be kind to people you don't know. But try something different. Try finding somebody who you haven't talked to for a long time, who you just can't get along with anymore, and see if you can extend a little kindness to that person. It might go a long way. You never know. All right, folks, I'll see you in the next video, hopefully sooner than later. Over and out.